Here's another granny book. This one is called A Library Book for Bear. Look at him. He's at the library. Look at all the books around him. One morning, Bear heard a tap, tap, tapping on his door. Oh, who could that be? He looks like he's having tea in his kitchen, and he's reading a book. He must like books. When he opened the door, there was Mouse, small and gray and bright-eyed. "We are off," explained Mouse with a happy wag of his whiskers. Bear frowned. He agreed to go to the library with Mouse to the library. But now he was quite sure it was a dreadful mistake. Oh, now he doesn't want to go with his friend. "Completely unnecessary," Bear announced. "I have all the books I need right here." Oh, but there's so many books at the library you can get. So many different ones. "Oh, there are many delightful books in the library," Mouse assured him. "Oh, humph," Bear grumbled, but he had promised. So he buckled up his red roller skates and stepped outside, grabbing a basket for the books. There he goes. He's got on his little red roller skates and he's going to the library. Bear skated and Mouse rode in the basket to the library. The wind rippled nicely through their fur. Oh, he's got the little mouse in his basket. That's so cute. But when they got to the library, Bear didn't like how big it looked. "There are far too many books in here," he protested. "Most excessive." Oh, it's quite exciting," Mouse said, leading Bear through the tall doors. In the library were more books than Bear had ever thought there could be. He quickly found a tucked-away corner. But even here, there were lots and lots of books. Terribly extravagant. Bear's voice was a little loud. You know, in the library, you got to be quiet, right? Because other people are reading, so you can't be too loud. But Bear was really loud. "I shall find you a perfect one," Mouse said quietly in the library voice. "One about pickles," commanded Bear. After all, he only had one of those. But Mouse had whisked away. He wants one about pickles. He must be interested in pickles. Mouse came back with a thick green book. Bear opened it. "Rocket ships! Ridiculous!" Bear's voice was getting louder. "A good book about pickles is all I require." "Remember, quiet in the library," murmured Mouse as he scuttered off. He soon returned with a tall yellow book. "I'm not interested in wooden canoes." Bear's voice was even getting louder. "Quiet voices in the library," Mouse reminded him. Oh, yeah, gotta be quiet in the library. "My voice is always quiet," Bear shouted. "I will find my own book. I can assure you that pickles are quite interesting." Mouse didn't look so sure, but Bear quickly spotted a blue book with a pickle on the spine, and Mouse sprang up the shelf to get it for him. Inside were pictures of pickles. The pickles had little fairy wings. They were dancing with petunias. "No dancing pickles!" Bear roared. "Shh!" said a voice. Bear peeked around a bookshelf. There was a librarian with a cluster of youngsters gathered around her. The librarian smiled, but a mother squirrel squished an angry finger against her lips, and an old raccoon said sternly, "Quiet in the library." Bear turned back with a huffy sniff. "I know when I'm not wanted," he told Mouse. "I want to go home." Surely at least one book, Mouse began. But Bear cut him off. I have all the books I need. He looked quite concerned. Then we are off, said Mouse, but his whiskers didn't wag this time. Oh, Mouse really wanted him to get a book, didn't he? Bear stood stock still. He was listening carefully to a voice on the other side of the bookshelf. So the very brave bear began to inch his way towards the treasure chest. The voice was saying, oh, it's the librarian reading a book. I'm ready, began Mouse. Shh, exclaimed Bear. It's just getting to the good part. But you said. Bear's listening. Quiet voices in the library, Bear bellowed. He wants to listen to the story that the librarian's reading. This time the librarian got up and looked around the bookshelf at Bear. Bear stood very still and quiet, as if he had been still and quiet all along. Would you like to join story time? The librarian asked. Bear glanced at Mouse. Oh, we'd love to have you, said the librarian. Oh, that's nice of her. She's inviting them. Bear and Mouse scooted around the shelf and found 2 empty chairs. The librarian began to read again. Bear lifted the lid to the treasure chest, and inside, the librarian paused. Mouth and Bear strained forward. Oh, they're liking the story about the pickles and the bear. And inside, she said, was a mound of pickle slices, and each shining slice was made of diamonds and gold, and everyone shouted, "Hooray for the very brave bear!" And then she said, "The end." Bear stared dreamily into space for a moment. Then he looked over at Mouse and announced, "As I said, pickles are most interesting." "Oh, indeed," said Mouse. Oh, they enjoyed the story about pickles. Later, Mouse rode in the basket with 7 new books. They were 2 about wooden canoes, 2 about rocket ships, and 2 about teapots. Oh, look, Bear looks quite happy. He just doesn't want a book about pickles. He wants one about rocket ships and canoes and teapots. And one called The Very Brave Bear and the Treasure of Pickle Island, which Bear read to Mouse that very same day. Oh, that's a nice story. It looks like Bear really enjoyed his trip to the library. And he thought he had enough books. But look at all the books you can get from the library. There's a whole bunch of books at the library, and you can get lots. Alrighty, I'm going to send that one. Hope you liked it.